In today's video, I'm going to be replacing my well-worn pocket notebook with a new Lochby Mini Field Journal. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is the new Lochby Mini Field Journal. I just picked this up from the gentleman stationer. I've wanted to have a different notebook to use that's smaller. Let me grab this here. This is a notebook I made many years ago that's my current pocket notebook that I'm still going to use, but I wanted something that's specific to, keeping track of YouTube videos. In here I have some field notes, last year's traveler's insert. So I wanted something that I can use for keeping track of videos and filming and things like that. So I thought I'd give this a try. So if you're not familiar with Lochby, if you saw my accessories video, one of the pen cases that I have is a Lochby pen case. So this is a basic journal. It's got a little clasp here. And this functions in a similar method to how inserts can go into a traveler's notebook. And I'll show you here later in this video of how you actually put the inserts in. But just to kind of go through the overview of what's here, you've got a pocket, and there's what is down in here. Feels like possibly a little silica packet. So you've got a silica packet in there from shipping. But you've got a split pocket on the back here. This is a pocket that a pen could go in if you wanted to put something like that in there, or a ruler, bookmark, a variety of things. You've got a pocket in the back for notes or cards or things like that. But the inserts go on these straps in the middle. The way the straps are configured, it looks like you could easily do 4 inserts. There are methods to do extra inserts by using extra rubber bands to link things together, but I liked that this has 4. 4 is about enough. You get too many inserts in there and you kind of lose track of what's going where. So Lochby always come with a little tag with a little insert there, so just pop that off. And all it says is thanks for your purchase, a little note from the founder. So that's always nice to have on there. And then has a link to their social media information, their Facebook page and whatnot. So what I got for inserts, as you saw, this came with a dot grid insert inside. I picked up another dot grid, a plain page, and a ruled. Now, as you can see, I've already taken these out of the plastic because of the reflection was pretty bad from trying to get ready for filming. But they do come in a little plastic sleeve similar to the one that was inside. So for now, I'm just going to set that one over to the side and just focus on putting these 3 in. So these little identifiers just come right out. This is some notes from, I'm still working on testing between the Asvine and Heritage as I was doing some writing the other day, just some initial notes. That's why I had this one in there. And this is all Tomoe River paper inside of these. So this is the plain one, just plain, and you can see it's a decent thickness paper. I think the Tomoe River that they use in these is the 68 GSM. Let me see if it says on. It does not. I will verify that, but I'm pretty certain this is the 68 GSM paper. So what you would want to determine before you put your notebooks in here is what order you want them in, because that's which of these bands you would use. So I'm going to start with the dot grid. What you do is you open it up to the middle, and these are stitched inserts. You can see the line of stitching in there. And all you do is put it underneath so it sits in the middle of that, and then it lays flat. I'm going to do my plain paper next. Make sure I'm actually in the proper middle there. And I'm going to put these last 2 inserts, like I said, no, I'll put it on here, because I'll end up putting that other one in as well, so I have all 4 once I take it out of the plastic. And then the lined insert will just go, let's see, this one is in front. Slide that in. And you have these bookmarks, depending on, if you want to use them, you could tuck them back in if you don't plan on using them. I don't know if I'm going to use them yet, so for now I'll just leave them kind of down in the middle between two of these notebooks. But then once you have them in there, you just fold it over, and then it has this little clasp that, and this is actually my Apple Watch band, has this similar clasp. These are used in climbing and some other things like that. So you can put that in there. And also, if you decide you don't want to use the bookmarks, they are just fed through these little grommets up here on the top. So you can pull that out, and then you don't have to, have those in there. If you choose not to use them, I might end up doing that once I've had a chance to put this to the test. So this does have a little handle in the back that can be useful for, I don't think I would carry this one, the bigger one, the A5 size that my wife has. I could see, carrying by that handle, but there's not much room to get your fingers in there. There is a slide pocket on the back here. And let's see, open this back up. Another thing that I plan on doing is I just picked these up as well. Some nice, they're Notsu brand. They're dot grid index cards. I like index cards for notes, and these are nice thick paper. I mean, you can see how thick that is. I plan on keeping a few of these in this back pocket, because those are always handy as well. And then, with the pin loop, it's got it's elastic. So this is the Custom 823. You can see it fits down in there. Now, I don't think this is a pin I would keep in this loop, because I don't want it to get hit or anything like that. So this is, with pin loops for me, it's going to be one of my less expensive pins. So since I'm doing the testing still before I do the follow-up from the Heritage versus Asvine V126 video, I'll probably put the V126 in there to kind of put it through the paces. But you can see it fits in. Because of the elastic, you can fit different size pins. And depending on how much you cram in here, you could technically, you can see how much extra room there is there, that you could put more things in here if you really needed. Once you get it closed, you can pull that to tighten it down. So this is, like the other products, probably I would consider water resistant on the actual cover material itself. But the edges obviously are not going to be water resistant. There's not a zipper around or anything like that. So, if you had this on the table at a coffee shop and something spilled, you could probably wipe it off the cover quickly. But if the pages got hit, they're going to naturally get wet. So just be aware of that. That's pretty much something you'd have to deal with any journal system that you might have or use. For the time being, I'm not going to use this front pocket. The one thing I might consider putting down in here is I have a small ruler that I use for if I'm making lines to make a chart or something, because you can draw decently across dot grid, but sometimes it's nice to have a ruler to actually make the lines look nice, depending on your use case. So, I look forward to switching this into like my pocket notebook. Like I said, I have my leather one that I will still use at times. You can see this was pocket carried for many years. It's got a nice patina, but I want to try something different. I really like the Lochby pen cases that I have. My wife has a few as well, so thought this was worth giving a try. Just to see, to keep track of things. And this will be my new pocket notebook, and it'll go with the matching. This is the case I was talking about in the accessories video. So now I have my pocket pen case, and you can see this is where the Heritage and the Asvine were. I've got a couple of Opus 88s in there, my Schaefer and my Kaweco. So this is now my, minimalist notepad and pen setup. And if I even need to be more minimalist, I can put a single pen in the loop. And now that I have it here, since I have the pen case, let me see if one of the big pins will fit. And you see that elastic does grip pretty well there. And actually it looks like it caught a little bit on the clip of the Asvine. So, that's also something apparently to be aware about. It did catch and pull on that elastic a little bit. So, I'm glad I have that on video. That's something to be aware of. If you have a clip that has a ball or some sort of detent on the end. It did catch elastic. Now that's not a durability of the Lochby by any means, because any elastic is prone to that. Let me grab one of these. The Opus 88 demonstrator is probably one of my largest pins that I have, and it looks like it would fit in there. I'm not going to press the clip down just in case it has another catch, but from a diameter wise, that really means you could probably fit just about any pin down in there. And then, now that I've seen that, if I'm going to have something in there, I'll probably just pull the clip up and slide it so it's less likely to catch. But I might switch, and I've got a couple of my more durable pins, like my Namisu Orion, this titanium that doesn't have a clip, that this should still give plenty of grip on. So I'll have to play around with that as I'm switching over to this notebook system to use. But that is the Lochby Mini Field Journal, and this is the charcoal color. They believe they also come in a blue with tan seams on it, and then also a dark brown as well. So yeah, the Lochby Mini Field Journal. Okay, so that's going to wrap up my unboxing and initial setup of my Lochby Mini Field Journal. I look forward to putting this through its paces and getting it into my normal use as my pocket carry notebook. So I'm sure I'll do a follow-up later on just to kind of see if anything, if I come across anything that needs to change, or if I love it as is, or if I've modified it in any way. So be sure and subscribe to the channel so you can see any follow-ups like that. So what do you use for a pocket notebook? Do you carry something just like a plain field notes, or do you have a little pocket notebook that you carry? Drop a comment below and let me know what you're carrying. I like to hear, there's so many things in the stationery world that, someone else might be using that they love, that it might be worth checking out in the future. So be sure and leave that in a comment. Depending on when you're watching this, I did want to mention that I do currently have, as of when this video will be released, the giveaway going for the Asvine V126. For more information on that giveaway, I'll put a link in the description below to that video comparing it with the Pilot Custom 823, but you can find all the information about the giveaway in that video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing so you can see more videos like this as they're released, and thanks for watching.